Hello, disc golf fans. Welcome back. We have the MPO coverage of the 2025 Las Vegas Challenge brought to you by Innova. Another A-Tier here in the books for us. And thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. As always, I'm Derek Scull and Chris German here in the booth again. How you feeling going into this, bud?
I'm feeling great. I love this property. The amenities are great. The food is good. The staff is always excellent. The course looks great. And it usually attracts some great players. Calvin Heimburg, Bradley Williams, Garrett Gurthie, Matty O for our feature card today. People were all split this weekend. A couple different events. I believe there was a Disc Golf Pro Tour event up in Washington as well.
All right, let's hop into the first 390-foot par 3. Pretty straightforward hyzo shot for the righties. Relatively fast green. Calvin having won this event a couple times in the past. Only fitting that he leads off this feature card here for us.
Yeah, Connor Rock taking it down last year over a pretty stacked field. Gannon Burr, Ricky Wysocki, Calvin, a couple other big names. So we will have a new winner with Connor not being here this weekend. So this is a new course for us. If you were watching the FPO, we were at Infinite in Innova. For the MPO, we're going to be at Millennium in Innova. And this course definitely sets up for the MPO field. A lot longer holes.
And just as I expected, big hyzer from G. And that's going to nestle just outside the bullseye.
From Satsuma, Alabama, Matthew Orum.
I didn't even know what to do on G shot. I just zoomed out and waited for it to hit the ground.
We got Matty O, no stranger to most people.
No stranger to winning on Gatekeeper either. Whereas Lucky
true.
Charm taking it down MVP Open chase card.
Yeah, that really was special, being able to kind of be a part of his first Pro Tour win. As we see him just swinging a little too far right, getting caught in that tree there, leaving it quite short, but this should be a pretty textbook up and down for par for him.
Little high there from Bradley, just outside the circle. As day 1 and 2 here are definitely the days you want to be aggressive and get your strokes, because the talk of the weekend is the wind coming in Saturday and Sunday.
G starting us off very strong here with the solo birdie for the first.
Yeah, and Vegas is the type of place where when the wind's rocking, that putting green gets very tricky. So we're going to move into hole 2, first par 4 of the course, 649. Just want to try to get it as far as you can. You can leak out left right onto this ridge here and still have a decent shot. If you don't really have a line, you can go up and over as well. So a lot of different ways to get to the basket on this one.
Yeah, I feel like over the years, I mean, we started filming this tournament in 2019, and I feel like we've probably seen this played every which way that you possibly can.
Yeah, if you can get to that tree or just past, that is basically top tier in terms of distance and shot. And then here's that left side I was talking about. completely fine over there. A little shorter. Nice flight on Bradley's shot there. There's a couple spots you could end up that could get a little tricky.
Yeah, this is less than ideal.
Yeah, I was going to say
Kinda
Matteo
just-
probably. Yeah. Didn't really have a line.
Looked like maybe a grenade. It's kind of hard to tell which orientation the disc was. Based on the flight, that's what it looked like to me. A little short, but that should be there on that slope.
Yeah, just inside the circle. G's going to get caught up. He should be edge of circle as well.
Did he catch the flag there?
I don't know. If so, he's 2 for 2 on flag hits.
Well, I guess that's something.
You know me, the stat man. Matty O on the board. High and right. Good catch there. So this was the third easiest hole. 40% of the MPO field took a birdie here. G's going to add to that, 2 for 2.
All right, let's travel slightly uphill off the tee here on the 4th for this par 3, 345 foot. The green is going to be moving upward on a slope as well. OB all along that right side. And if you push it, big arm status, far out and to the left, you do run the risk of getting into someone's backyard.
Yeah, this hole's always been fun here at the Wildhorse property.
Beautiful shot.
Be shots like that, and then sometimes you can catch those trees.
On that palm, what? That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, brutal. Is that OB's pretty new, I think, in the past couple of years. Giving the hole a little more teeth. And there's Bradley almost in the backyard.
Yeah, geez, look how close. So no turkey here for Garrett. But Mattio's starting to work on one for himself.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a term that we could use where it's like, you know, like Uno, but like where you're heating up for a birdie or for a turkey. I don't know.
Mashed potatoes. Stuffing. I don't know. Something that is Thanksgiving related, I think. Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Calvin with the early bogey. Plenty of holes to right that ship, though.
It's so easy to get started, and when you get the bug, you just keep going, and it's so much fun.
Disc golf is a great game to get out, increase your activity level, enjoy the outdoors, and have a great time.
It's a really easy sport to get into, so just grab a disc and come out and play.
No matter your age or skill, there's a place for you out on the disc golf course.
So come on out and throw your best.
Just want to give a shout out to Charles Peak on previous hole 3, grabbing the ace.
Nice.
Shout out to him.
What a killer ace. That's awesome.
Hole 4 is a tricky one. There's a lot of danger with the bunker. You have the OB green as well. You have the backside slope, puts you edge of circle.
Yeah, and you see it vanishes off of the back end of that pretty quickly. I think the best play is to kind of play a little lighter, and if you are a little too low, you'll just slide over the green.
Yeah, the goal is to hit that hillside and scoot right on up. This is the safer play in the sense of really not bringing any of the OB or hazard.
It didn't really look like it wanted to turn for him at all. I think that tree hit saved him quite a few feet. And if that's stuck topside, that should be a good up from G.
But yeah, not a lot you can do on this type of green.
Bradley found himself kind of walled off behind that palm there, too.
Nice.
Solid
but
connection.
That's a committed comeback there from Calvin.
Really smooth. Great bounce back.
And we should have some cleanups for some pars, as this was a middle of the pack hole, 8th hardest, 0.08. So hovered right around par. Then we have a short little walk over to hole 5. This one is a par 3. It's been a par 4 in the past. Shorten it up. Same hole, though. Got this OB green right before our basket. Right on the edge of another slope. So backside is danger. There's OB down there as well.
Yeah, very low. Basically heading right for the OB green.
You can kind of bail out on the right here. G does just that. He's about pin high.
Yeah, got a little extra on the back end, too. Wow. That snuck between the only 2 branches at that height. That was wild. Safe play from Matteo.
G for the birdie.
Nice.
3 down through 5.
He's got himself some birdie bread. And finally, some color here for Bradley.
Shot Brad. Last one to get on the board.
Calvin's looking for was it pumpkin pie?
Some pumpkin pie. This was the 4th hardest hole. Only 8% of the field grabbing the birdie.
And two of them so far here, or three of them, sorry.
Yeah, so 3 of the 7 birdies just on this hole. Matty O going to cancel that out a little with his first bogey of the round. So we hop into another par 4, hole 6, 231 meters. It's about 750 feet. Dogleg right, your first shot. You do have to worry about OB on the left side. You could get pinched if you turn over too far right, exactly what Calvin's doing here. Makes for a tricky second shot.
And like basically the only tree that you could really get caught behind over there too is where he found himself. As Garrett is unleashing a full flight. Look at the distance on that. Wow.
Perfect shot there. He'll be staring right at the basket.
His turnover shot has some moves here. Now it seems to be stabling up. He's going to be kind of over in the general area G is. That's going to toy with that OB. Hard to tell.
A little bit more distance here, but it looks like Matty O is going to come up a little short. He's kind of in circle 2 land as Calvin is in a really bad spot.
Way out. Yeah, that's...
And that is one heck of a scramble, dude. Wow.
Nice
That's
shot,
good,
Brad.
Yeah, that's some good golf there from Brad.
Mind stopping? You cool? You okay? Okay. Twice.
Gee, needing the confidence so he doesn't have to putt.
Slightly missing to the right. Good height on it, though.
What a scramble birdie turkey. This Matty O scorecard looking pretty colorful there.
Still under so far. Third of the way through.
It looks like he's going to be losing a stroke to everyone else.
The Innova Rolo, the disc made for rolling. 4. The Rolo, making rollers fun.
All right, jumping back in on the 7th, par 3, 303. Very guarded green. Low ceiling off the tee, actually. Pretty much right in your face. If you miss right, you're in trouble. That's going to pinch you off very heavily. You do have OB all along that left side of the green. At 303, I'd say you really just want to focus on disking down and committing to one of the openings that you see.
Every time I hear 303, I just think of Denver, Colorado. That's a great shot there from Bradley.
It almost also looked like he barely threw it. That should work out, even though he doesn't like it. Yeah. I feel like we all fall victim to that, where it's like we surprise ourselves. Doesn't feel good, but good reaction. Solid putt. That's a turkey for Double G as well. Smoked turkey, barbecue.
I was about to say, the boys are having a feast.
Hope you brought your Tupperware.
Good putt there for Matty-O.
Yeah, like I said, I love when you groan out of disappointment right when you drive and then you walk away with a birdie. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
Looks like Brad's invited to the dinner party.
Calvin showing up fashionably late.
So we're going to move into hole 8, 402, par 3. Quite a bit of danger on this one. Golf green, front side, cart path backside, OB on left side.
Oh, that didn't have enough turn on it. That's heading for the OB. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Not a wonderful angle to approach from there either. Bradley keeping his nice and low, committing to the turnover. Really doing well matching the height of the mound near the green. I think that put a lot of brakes on it when it approached. Matty-O's gets a little lift mid-flight, going for the OB behind and gets saved by what I think is one of the ball golf markers.
Yeah.
Like it's the golf hole sign. And
right
you could see from this angle, you can't see that marker. So Matty didn't know that it stayed safe.
Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, that is insane because that was going to be OB by a mile.
All right, he's cooking himself up some pumpkin pie now. We're going to make it stick, folks.
Yeah.
People be like, what the hell are you guys talking about? I don't know. Could you tell we're hungry when we record this?
Brad 4 under now. Making a case.
Wow. And not that long ago, we looked and it was all gray across his board. So what a jump. All right, let's round out our front 9 here on round 1 with a par 3, 413 feet. Very guarded. Very, very guarded. You want something? I do believe that there is OB if you come up short right.
Correct.
If you bail out to the left, it's wide open over there. Probably going to see Brad kind of getting around there. But it should be wide open to come in from the side.
Yeah, this hole's interesting. They've played with it a couple times as that gets really close to the OB on the left. That's definitely not a good shot if you find that. But it kind of feels like it's almost like a 2-shot hole in the sense that no one's, because of the OB there, no one's getting too aggressive. But then if there is no OB, it's too easy.
I like G's idea of kind of going a little bit more right at it from a righty backhand perspective, and then as it fades, it kind of pushes you a little further away from it, but that allows it to open up for you.
But like even that, Matty-O was all the way basically to the left and had a pretty simple approach as Brad almost puts that one in from deep.
Boy, Calvin is really finding himself in a lot of precarious positions, really resulting in a lot of patent pending maneuvering.
Yeah, everyone's scooting on in on the green. as this actually came in as the 5th hardest hole on the day.
I was wondering that.
Quarter a stroke over par. So
Hmm.
0.27 over par. 60% of the field taken par.
Okay.
So kind of what you would expect. Just a lot of the guys taking this 3-shot approach. But just, yeah, a lot of bogeys.
I think the bogeys come from playing it too aggressively. I think that's
Finding
almost a
OB and then-
guarantee. Yeah.
And you're throwing up and, yeah. Party too hard there on the front 9.
Yeah. I like the variation of what we're seeing here. Bradley blemish free so far. Everybody else with just one. Pretty tight as we round out the front 9. Jacob Curtis throwing up some heat though.
Yeah, that is through the full 18, I believe, with the 8. So that's kind of the hot round in the clubhouse.
So
See
the
if anyone on the
score
card
to beat. Yeah. Thank you for everybody watching. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to have your name on this list, head over to patreon.com/gatekeeper media and help support this coverage that we all love. Take care, folks.